Hey, welcome back to the Big Rand Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, over the weekend, back on Saturday, 20 people were killed in a limousine crash that apparently could have been avoided. And it's a very tragic thing. 18 people, including the driver in the excursion limousine, were killed, and the car struck two pedestrians, killing them in the process. According to the state transportation department, that particular vehicle was not supposed to be in service because it had violated different rules and they had not fixed some things, and the state had said very clearly that that car was not to be in service. Partly because the ABS system had failed. Yet, the son of a bitch that runs the company allowed this vehicle to run anyway, putting not only his customers at risk and his drivers at risk, but the general public as well. But first off, I'm going to read you a comment that came from the limousine company. The limousine company is called Prestige Limousine and Chauffeur Service. That is the name of the company. And let me read to you what their attorney had to say. Attorney Lee Kindle said the State Department of Transportation conducted periodic inspections last week and discovered minor safety infractions, including inoperative or defective windshield wipers and a broken latch on the window. Both issues were fixed as recently as last week, and they were told by the department that that this vehicle was roadworthy and they could drive it. He goes on to say, I'm disputing any recent failures of minor safety defects that contributed to this crash. Now I will read you the thing from the New York State Department of Transportation from Joseph Morrissey. He's the spokesman. The assertion that the limousine was cleared to be on the road following the September inspection is categorically false. The vehicle was subject to inspections and the owner was warned not to operate this vehicle. The vehicle was placed out of service. Now, to this point in time, it is unknown exactly what led to this accident. But we do know that the owner was negligent by putting this vehicle on the road in the first place. It doesn't make any sense to me how somebody would be allowed to put something on the road that's potentially dangerous to the public. I hope this company is totally shut down and not allowed to operate anymore. They should not be allowed to operate if they've been putting products out on the road like this. And according to some of the things I've seen, it was a very cramped limousine, having all those people in it. I really don't understand how we allow this to happen. This day and age, with all the technology and all the stuff we know about traffic safety and about vehicle safety, we let assholes like this put cars like this on the road. And apparently over the last 2 years, they've had at least 4 vehicles be deemed inoperational by the State Transportation Board. Yet, this company is allowed to keep operating. It's the same thing with a lot of those bus crashes that we've seen over the years. These companies have terrible safety records. Their buses aren't taken care of. Their limousines aren't taken care of properly. They're not maintained. They're not repaired as the state transportation departments demand that they are. And then they put the vehicles back out on the road anyway, and they kill 20 people. I don't understand why we allow this to happen. And if it is deemed that this owner, Shahed Hussein, was negligent, I hope the victims' families sue him for every damn penny he has. The man should be in prison. Because if he was negligent, his ass should be in prison for at least manslaughter. Because look what he did. He put a vehicle on the road that was not safe, and it led to the deaths of 20 people. Now we'll know for sure, like I said, we'll know for sure later when the investigation is done. The National Transportation people are there. They're all investigating it, trying to figure out exactly what happened, why the car, creamed off the road like it did. But if it recently failed an ABS brake check, that the hydraulics were failing on the brakes, it could have made the car, especially that heavy with all those people in it, could have made the car very difficult to stop. Now, I'm not much on speculation, but I do know what happens when brakes fail. I've had my own brakes fail with with a wheelchair in the car, multiple wheelchairs in the car, and other people sitting in the car. And when the brakes go out, that car is hard to stop. So hopefully we get to the bottom of what happened here. And I want to say, send my condolences to the families, because this should not have happened. This should have never happened. This should have just never happened. Anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.